Caps for Sale, a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. Told and illustrated by Esphyr Slobodkina. Caps for Sale. Be hard to walk with all the caps on your head, wouldn't it? Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, a bunch of brown caps, a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. Can you see that there? He's got his cap that matches his pants. There he is walking up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They're all there. Sun is shining bright, making it nice and warm. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. Oh, look at him stretch. Do you think there's something missing in that picture? When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. I think he just realized something's missing. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. Oh, no. He's realized now. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? Monkey business. On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray, or a brown, or a blue, or a red cap. Monkey business. The peddler looked up at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. Do you think they're going to listen? "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." This made the peddler angry. As he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." Monkeys are just imitating him. At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap and threw it on the ground and began to walk away. What do you think happened? But then each monkey pulled off his cap and all the gray caps and all the brown caps and all the blue caps and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own check cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. After the monkeys, I guess they were done out. The caps were not there to be played with. And slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. Caps for sale. Happy reading.